François-Marie Arouet, better known by his pen name Voltaire, was a prominent French Enlightenment writer and philosopher. He lived in the 18th century, a period marked by significant intellectual and cultural shifts. Voltaire is celebrated for his sharp wit and incisive social commentary, often challenging traditional authority and dogma. This is evident in his satirical novella, Candide, which serves as a vehicle for his philosophical views. Candide, published in 1759, follows the journey of a young and naive protagonist, Candide. He is initially a firm believer in the optimistic philosophy of his tutor, Pangloss, who claims that all is for the best in this best of all possible worlds. However, Candide's sheltered worldview is shattered as he encounters a series of misfortunes and witnesses the horrors of the world, including the brutality of war. Voltaire uses the genre of satirical novella to deliver his message. Through Candide's experiences, Voltaire critiques various societal ills, including war, religious hypocrisy, and the pursuit of wealth and power. The narrative is presented from a third-person omniscient point of view, allowing the reader to access the thoughts and perspectives of different characters. The past tense is predominantly used, narrating events as they unfold in Candide's journey. Chapter 3 of Candide plunges the protagonist headfirst into the brutal reality of war. Having been forcibly recruited into the Bulgarian army, Candide becomes a pawn in a conflict he doesn't understand. Voltaire masterfully employs irony to highlight the absurdity and senselessness of war. One of the most striking instances of irony occurs when Candide witnesses the aftermath of a battle. The narrator describes the scene with detached objectivity. Nothing could be more beautiful than this battlefield. Right and left, rows of soldiers were stretched out, their stomachs ripped open, their brains splattered on the ground. The juxtaposition of the gruesome imagery with the phrase "nothing could be more beautiful" creates a jarring dissonance, exposing the hollowness of military glory. Voltaire further emphasizes the dehumanizing nature of war through the use of understatement. Candide, upon being flogged for attempting to escape the army, remarks, "It's a very strange thing. This way they have of asking for one's services." The brutality he endures is presented as a mere strange thing, highlighting the disconnect between the horrors of war and the casual indifference with which they are often treated. Voltaire's writing style in Candide is characterized by its clarity, wit, and satirical edge. He employs simple language and short, impactful sentences to convey his ideas effectively. However, this seemingly straightforward style stands in stark contrast to the gravity of the subject matter. The horrors of war, the hypocrisy of religious institutions, and the pervasiveness of human suffering are all depicted with a detached irony that serves to underscore their absurdity. This stylistic choice allows Voltaire to expose the flaws and contradictions inherent in human nature and society without resorting to preachy moralizing. By juxtaposing lighthearted prose with harrowing descriptions of violence and injustice, Voltaire forces the reader to confront the stark realities of the world he portrays. This stylistic contrast serves to heighten the impact of his social commentary, making it all the more poignant and thought-provoking. Irony, as employed by Voltaire in Candide, proves to be a potent tool for social commentary. By highlighting the discrepancy between appearance and reality, Voltaire effectively exposes the hypocrisy and absurdity of the world he depicts. The use of irony allows him to criticize powerful institutions and challenge prevailing ideologies without directly confronting them. This indirect approach can be particularly effective in engaging readers and prompting them to question their own assumptions. Furthermore, irony can make social commentary more palatable and accessible to a wider audience. By couching his criticisms in wit and satire, Voltaire avoids alienating readers who might be resistant to a more direct or didactic approach. In conclusion, Voltaire's use of irony in Candide is a testament to its power as a literary device for social commentary. Through this technique, he effectively exposes the absurdity of war, the hypocrisy of religious institutions, and the folly of human nature. While some might argue that irony can trivialize serious issues, Voltaire demonstrates its ability to provoke thought, challenge conventions, and ultimately, inspire change.